Welcome to the Personal Pension Radio Podcast with the income engineer, Craig Strom. Discover unconventional insights into wealth building, spending, saving, and retirement income that you won't hear from the Wall Street marketing machine. Break away from the herd and go for the retirement you dream of. And now, here's your host, the income engineer, Craig Strom.
Welcome back to Personal Pension Radio, episode 265, Deal of the Week. The Deal of the Week is a segment that I have done for years now. I love finding a bargain, but what's it all about? It is really my quest for lifestyle deflation. This idea to live well and be able to do so without spending and paying retail for things. There's always a way to save a dime, save a dollar, sometimes hundreds of dollars, sometimes thousands of dollars. And the more money you can save, the more money you actually have to enjoy later on. So I want to talk to you today about this idea of birthday bargains. You saw the title. It was actually inspired by this, that I heard someone recently say they were butting heads with their son, 13-year-old son, about getting a new iPhone. Pay attention to the language. They said getting their 13-year-old son a new iPhone, meaning that their son already had an iPhone, a fairly new iPhone. They already had one, but I'm sorry, what the heck are you talking about? A 13-year-old with an iPhone that costs multiple hundreds of dollars, some in the $1,000 range for iPhones. When the iPhone craze started years ago, I was a late adopter. iPhone was the benchmark for smartphones, and I'll say that when I finally joined the iPhone cult, I love it. I thought it was great. It really was a game changer. It was something that I could not imagine being without in my work. Absolutely not. It turned out to be a really amazing tool. But what happened over the years is that it just became more and more and more expensive. The nice part, though, is that as the iPhone gained popularity and set the benchmark for other manufacturers, the free market capital economy jumped in and other options started to appear. Now, I was really ingrained in the iPhone world myself. I was using it for work, for scheduling, for emailing, for follow-ups, for reminders, for lists and tasks. I mean, all the things that you can do with an iPhone, awesome. Now, I was also winding down with my iPhone. What I mean with that is my iPhone was getting old. I was looking at my iPhone. I was 2 or 3 generations behind the most current iPhone. It was getting very slow, very glitchy. That is called planned obsolescence. It is built into the manufacturing process. I don't care what any manufacturer says. They build it into the process. Planned obsolescence is a thing. It's the reason that light bulbs don't last for 60 years. Because years and years ago, the light bulb manufacturers actually got together and they agreed with each other to engineer their light bulbs to fail. Seriously, look it up. It's a fact. They agreed to engineer their light bulbs so that they would not last as long. That is planned obsolescence. So in the iPhone world, television world, computer world, you name it, all of these things are designed to ultimately be obsolete. So here I was with my iPhone. I'm loving it. It was great. I used it for years, okay? And it was time for an upgrade. My screen was cracked. My battery needed to be replaced again. I had already replaced my battery once, and now I needed another battery. I just refused to upgrade because at that point, iPhones were getting to be $500, $600, $700, $800 for an iPhone, and I just could not stomach the idea that I'm going to carry around this extremely expensive, basically telephone. That's really what it is. You can get laptop computers cheaper than an iPhone. And I said, okay, I have to be willing to change. I have to be willing to look at another option. Don't be so stubborn. And I said that to myself, and I actually started looking at alternative smartphones. Because by that time, now 2 years ago, right around there, smartphone technology has grown from just one primary manufacturer, really the iPhone as the pinnacle of smartphone, to now multiple manufacturers creating awesome smartphones. Long story short, I switched over to a Motorola Android-based phone and got a phenomenal price for that phone. Way better than the current iPhone, I believe. It was awesome, and I'm actually filming this episode and recording this episode. By the way, those listening on the podcast, most of these episodes will be up on YouTube eventually at the Income Engineer channel on YouTube. But I'm recording with my Motorola G7 phone that I got on Amazon at a huge bargain. Great deal. That brings me back to the title of the episode, Birthday Bargains, okay? My wife, Amy, her birthday is coming up next week, and she needs a new phone. Don't worry, this is not going to be a surprise killer for her because she listens to me enough. She doesn't have to listen to the podcast. So she won't catch this episode prior to actually receiving her gift. She actually needs a new phone. She has been hung on her iPhone for a long time as well. Her iPhone is so far past its last legs, it's not even funny. She is at least 4 generations behind on the iPhones, and her phone is a cracked screen. Many of her applications are no longer working because the software is not updating anymore. It's very slow, it's glitchy, and she seriously needs a new phone. My wife is far more thrifty than even I am, and so she kind of refuses to just go out and do it herself. I hope I'm not getting in trouble, because today I bought her a new phone, a new Motorola phone, different than mine actually, because she wanted a smaller size. She wanted a smaller screen than what she currently has, and instead of paying, let's say, $800 for a new iPhone, or even a used iPhone, $800, I have a new phone for her, a new case, expanded memory, all of that for $160. 80% less than an iPhone by itself. She's getting a hot rod Motorola phone, tons of memory, and I know for a fact, having done it, that there isn't anything that I can't do on my Motorola phone that I could do on my iPhone or vice versa. I can basically take care of anything that I need, anything that I wanted. It's all available to me because technology has come so far. We saved 80%. I saved 80% on her birthday gift. And now we can use some of that $640 savings, maybe on a nice dinner. We'll go Dutch. I'll spring for it. I'll pay for it. So that's my deal of the week this week. Please send me an email, Craig with a K, K-R-A-I-G, @craigstrom.com. Let me know what your deal of the week is. I always love to hear from you. Talk to you again soon. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Personal Pension Radio Podcast. Want to be awesome? Please consider leaving a review on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you found the show. Want to be amazing? Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Now for the wicked fun disclosure. Information presented is for educational purposes only and not intended for solicitation of sale or purchase of any security or financial product. Be sure to first consult with a qualified financial advisor and your tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed here. The term personal pension refers to a marketing name designed to educate future retiree and retirees about the economic principles behind creating their own pension-like income. The term personal pension is not intended to be confused with the defined benefit pension plan offered by an employer or by a government entity.